unknown to me that it was brand strategy. I started doing my homework. So brand strategy, you have to do like the research and get to know, okay, why this is this, why you have to do this, why you have to do that, as opposed to just brand.
How do you define your client? Now, okay, I'm asking the question because there is somebody that is listening to you now and is like wondering how he or she can find the right people that she will be working for, because you are talking of branding, because you don't want to wear any type of dress. You don't want to appear anyhow. You want to appear in a certain way, like the Nigerians will say, dress the way you want to be addressed.
So branding is like the engine room. Yeah, let's just say the engine room that facilitates all other things. So I'm fascinated with that because why, when you're doing your brand identity, I think you really know your why. Why am I doing this? My name is Real Desmond, and I'm a brand identity designer for personal brands, basically who I am. And I'm also a LinkedIn creator recently. I think recently I started accepting that. So yeah, I'm a LinkedIn creator.
All right, that's
So that's
interesting.
all there is right now to me. Except you want me to go like a bit deeper, and then I'll say, oh, I'm a Christian first. I don't think that. Are we talking about that? I
Of
don't
course,
think
we are
so.
talking about
So
everything. We are talking about
okay, yeah.
we are talking
So
about you. We are talking about who you are.
So that's just me. I'm a Christian. I'm a graduate of human psychology, but after NYSC, I know you know that you're in Nigeria, right? So after NYSC,
All right, that's fine. So you are talking right now in Lagos or some other part of the country?
Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt. Okay, that is the oil country, oil well city, no? There's a lot of money going around there.
Ah, I think that's just like because of the impression they have, like oil money. But I don't think so. I think it's of
Mm.
sense of like money exchange. I think
You mean it's the same everywhere?
I, I think Lagos is better. I just think because of the notion that because oil is gotten from rivers, then there should be more. I think and it's just what will I call it? It's just a rumor.
Ah, okay. Well, you say so.
I don't think so. I think second you can say maybe Lagos and then maybe Kanako, Abuja, and then go Port Harcourt before Abuja. Lagos first.
All right, you say so. So I'm not even going to argue that with you. All right. So tell me, how did you get into branding? Because that is what you do today, right?
After school, um, I couldn't go for my service because of I couldn't go for my clearance of service because of and we had like ASU strike and then we had COVID-19. So I finished in 2019. So 2020 is when you're supposed to do like the clearance and stuff and then get your certificate and then you go for your NYC. But because we had COVID-19, then we had like ASU strike, I couldn't do all of that. And I was working at that time. I was working at that time because during school, while I was schooling, usually during holidays, I would go to a clinic, a family friend I would visit. I would go there and walk and get acquainted with like hospital settings and stuff like that. So immediately after school, while I was waiting, he said, "Okay, I can come work with him." Clinic. But then COVID-19 happened, and because I was like family, he said he didn't want me to be, infected or anything, so I had to stay home, stopped working, and just staying at home during that COVID time. And then I stumbled on an online course. And at that time, I was actually very broke because I mean, I'm not working and I didn't have a skill, nothing. So I was home and I stumbled on an online course, something, and I just paid for it. It was for graphic design and I paid for it. I learned it. I just loved it. And then I paid for another course And that was it. I started practicing, putting in the work, learning, mostly self-taught, learning all over the place, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, name it. And I was all of that. And then I kept practicing and practicing and practicing. And then up until I think even when I started building on LinkedIn, I was still doing both. I was still doing both graphic and then I was doing branding. But it got to a level I had to ask myself, like, my why, what did I want to do in the long run? And I said, okay, after a lot of self introspection, I just knew that okay, I had more passion because I had only business before, a small business. So and I know how beautiful it is when a small business, I see their branding going on like well branded, well on point, and I love that. And so I said, okay, this is my passion, this is what fuels me. I'm passionate about seeing small businesses, young businesses thrive. I don't believe that because you're a small business or you're a startup or you're a medium business that you have to look bad or your branding will have to be nothing to write home about. So I just said, okay, this is what I love. And I started to go into it. So I had to, because at first when I was building on LinkedIn, I had like graphic design and then I said graphic and brand identity designer. But over time, when I got that, clarity on what I wanted to do, I had to take that off and just let it brand identity designer. And that's just it. I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. And then I offer like graphic services on the side. Like you want me to brand your business and then there's a plus one like addition or you want maybe other things like flyers, posters and stuff like that. I can do that. But majorly I call myself as a brand identity designer. Yeah, that's what I am building towards that line. Building the brand identity, brand strategy. That's what I'm doing.
All right, that's
That's
very
how I
interesting. Brand strategist. That's who you are, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm building towards. I'm more of a identity designer. So, but I started, okay, first I was just doing it like branding. But like I said, I kept learning, kept seeing what other top guys are doing. And I started, unknown to me, that it was brand strategy. I started doing my homework. So brand strategy, you have to do like the research and get to know, okay, why this is this, why you have to do this, why you have to do that, as opposed to just branding. So I had to do my research and said, okay, unknown to me, I've been infusing like little bit of strategy into what I do. Meaning I don't just brand, there must be a why to why I'm doing anything I'm doing. That's the brand identity. And so I said, okay, I'm going to start really like focusing on brand strategy. I'm going to focus on learning. So this year, that's basically what I'm trying to take courses on brand strategy, trying to learn more on brand strategy because I can't call myself a brand strategist until like I gain that that comes until I become so confident enough. And how I gain confidence is through knowledge. So until I feel like I'm knowledgeable enough for myself a strategist, then I will. But I think I am really doing some of the work in my brand identity.
All right. So yeah. So right now you don't describe yourself as a brand strategist, right? But that is
So
what you are.
I don't.
But that is what you are learning, right?
I'm very particular about titles. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn and inculcate fully into what I do. Because right now I can just call myself a brand identity designer, creating like the visual element as regards the brand. But because I've been, when you're building on LinkedIn, I think you should know that when you're building on LinkedIn, you have to give value. You have to give content, valuable content. And so I can't just keep talking about brand identity. I have to learn a lot about like branding in general. So I have been learning a lot about that. And so sometimes people even think I'm a strategist, but no, I just inculcate that into what I do. But right now I can't call myself that because I'm very, very particular about titles. I feel like if you're being called a certain name, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. And so that's why I don't really, some people say, oh, you should be a LinkedIn coach. And I'm like, no, do you know the responsibilities that come with the title? You don't just fling the title on yourself. It comes with a lot. And if you're not ready to see the excellence that comes with that title, then you shouldn't call yourself that. So because I can't guarantee that I'm excellent in that area, I can't call myself a strategist just yet until I'm I'm sure and I'm knowledgeable in.
So right now you identify yourself more as a brand identity expert, something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, not expert, brand identity designer.
Brand
Expert is
identity
a big
designer.
title. Yeah, expert is a big title. I don't want to answer that yet.
Anyway, that is fair enough. That is fair enough. All right, tell me, how do you, what is interesting to you about brand strategy? What is interesting to you? Why are you interested in that area that you are learning about it?
Okay, because I feel like in this day and age, like everybody, and also the emergence of AI, is becoming more and more easier to do.